Welcome back to the channel, everybody. My name is Ben Schubert. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm talking about gear today, and mostly rumored gear. So a few weeks ago, there's a bunch of announcements at, the WWDC, you know, the big Apple event that happens where they announce the big Mac Pros and whatnot. Now, from a camera perspective, the most interesting thing that happened there wasn't necessarily the computers, but it was this.
We got some live motorized precision action going on right now. What are you guys doing here?
So this was the 8K capture.
Okay.
So there's an unreleased Canon 8K camera over there.
Okay.
And we used the Shoguns to record 8K ProRes RAW for the first time.
Nice. In addition to Mac Pros, there's an unreleased 8K Canon camera right there. Mia Robot. It's pretty ridiculous. All right, that's going on Canon rumors right there. Someone's gonna rip this footage. Unreleased 8K Canon camera in action. So they use this to capture the 8K ProRes RAW.
Now that video is of an undisclosed, unnamed Canon 8K camera. There's been a lot of speculation that this is the new C300 or C400 or something like that. But what's really interesting about this image, let me show it to you again. If you look at the camera, you can see a line of SDI inputs and outputs on the back. Now, you don't normally see that on the C300. Neither the Mark I nor the Mark II has those. They've got other ones that are kind of covered up and hidden, but those are exposed more than the C300 series. But where you did see that was on the C500. So it's very likely that if they are going to release an 8K camera, that this could be a new C500. So maybe a C500 Mark II, or maybe they change the name. But really, if you look at the body and compare it to the C500, it's not too different. And the C500 was due for an upgrade a long time ago. I thought that they might just discontinue it, but it looks like maybe that they'll keep it going in this vein. So we'll have to see. Now, there are rumors that Canon is about to release two new cinema cameras. One will be the 8K camera that we're talking about. I really think it's the C500. And the other one might be kind of a lower model. Maybe it's a 6K camera, maybe it's a better quality 4K camera. But that'll be more in line with the C300. So let's talk just a little bit about hypothetical specs. I should have my own segment. Hypothetical specs. Yeah, probably cut that. So it's likely that this thing's gonna max out at 30p. It's probably not gonna do 8K 60, as much as we all would love that. It's probably gonna be 8K 30, 8K 24, 25. Essentially those typical base ranges for the time frames. And then hopefully what we'll see is on the 4K end of it, it will be a downscaled 4K that can go up to 96 to 120 frames per second. I really think that 96 would be the lowest they go at it, considering they have other cameras that are doing 4K 60 already, and this is going to be one of their higher end cinema cameras, right? This is going to be essentially the little sibling to the C700. I really think it's possible that we're going to see some really good frame rates in the 4K and 2K sections. At very least, we're definitely going to get 4K 60, 2K 120. So in this video, it looks like the camera has two CFast slots in the back. Now, I think that would make sense in order to match the C300. They're not going to make it that much different in terms of the actual physical body. Now, where I think this is going to be different is that I do think that they're going to allow raw light to go through those cards. So I'm not sure if they're going to have it separated. I feel like they really might just have the option of doing raw light to the cards and potentially having a 10-bit, 12-bit codec go to the cards, maybe in some sort of MP4 codec. Now, also what we're seeing in this video is that the camera is feeding an 8K signal out through an SDI, which means that this camera should do an 8K out.
To record 8K ProRes RAW.
So they use this to capture the 8K ProRes RAW. It's crazy.
So we shouldn't be limited to just internal recording. Now, another big question is the sensor going to be a Super 35 or is it going to be full frame? Now, I think it really could go either way because most glass is Super 35. They might just keep the option of Super 35 8K. But then again, they do have the full frame C700 on the market, which might make a great test case for the C500 to have a full frame. Though, frankly, I wouldn't hold my breath. I do think it's going to be a Super 35 sensor. One other thing that is in pure speculation that I would love to see is if this camera came as an RF mount instead of an EF mount. And in place of the EF mount, they offered an RF to PL adapter. Because that would be amazing. I have not done the math to see how feasible that is, but it could be really great. And that's also something that could be, you know, moved over to the R line. So to have the Canon EOS R running PL glass without having to do a big mount change would be amazing. That would open up a whole world of lenses, which, you know, you could easily rent and use for film projects. Anyways, it's all for speculation. So at this point, I kind of think that that's what might be happening, is maybe we're gonna get a C500 8K. Man, that would be a sweet, sweet machine. We will see if that's even possible. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button. If you have any speculation of your own, please leave it in the comments. I would love to chat with you more about it. And if you're not already, feel free to subscribe. All right, talk to you later. Scram. Wait, go. Just, okay. All right, see you later.